everyone, this is Archive of 12, and today we are reacting to McGwire's new Cult of Lamb song, Crown Me King, featuring Freeced and Jonathan Young. I didn't know that Jonathan was on this, so this is going to be a treat for sure. I'm guessing about the whole Unholy Alliance trailer that came out not too long ago. I don't know anything about Cult of Lamb other than what I've seen people play, so I am kind of going to be going into this blind. I don't know what the Unholy Alliance is. I don't know any of that. So this should be very interesting, but if someone like McGwire, who has been able to emulate Jonathan Young on a couple different songs, including Family, which is, I believe, oh, hush, which is, I think that that Family, the Whitebeard track, that's Fable's track. I mentioned on that McGwire sounded like Jonathan Young on there. And so this could be very interesting. Link will be in the description below if you want to watch this without my commentary, because we'll be pausing it, we'll be talking about it. And without further ado, let's get started. Okay.
Mighty is the fall when they're on high, they lose it all. And prying minds decide if you're alive, you're in the wrong. Always leave them all alone. Light of the stars isn't guiding me home. Blood of the masses and set on the throne. Food for a God that's believing I'm cold, 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 stone cold. Smother the rumors before they get told. Tombs of a legacy shrouded in gold. Life of a coward disguising his bold. They crowning me king. Complacent and sovereign, still as we kiss in the rain. They build up a God and they push me to wait in the way. Death ain't a promise, but breaking is still gonna stay. The crowning me king.
Okay, so the vibe of this song is very epic. Like, there's a lot going on here that is just, it feels very, like, grandiose in this. I love the way that it started off with that choir. The tone of McGwire's, like, focus seems to be essentially like the rise of the Lamb. And like, from a storytelling perspective, the point of his focus seems to be the rise of the Lamb into basically becoming, you know, the leader of the cult. But he's doing it in a way that almost makes it seem like it's not just like the leader of the cult. It is, you are becoming a god. That's the vibe that I'm getting from this. Also, based on the scenes that I'm seeing here, I don't think this is from the game. Is there like a cartoon of Cult of Lamb that's coming out? Like, is it being turned into like some sort of animation? Or are those fan-made animations, or are those cutscenes from the game? Because I don't remember ever seeing some of those scenes. A few of them, but not all of them. So I'm just wondering, like, I heard like rumbling somewhere that someone was turning Cult of Lamb into some sort of like animated show, but I don't know if that was just talk or if it's actually happening. But the scenes that are being chosen for this are very indicative of what's going on with the song for the most part. And I love how, as the song has progressed, the instrumental has added layers to it. Like, it just started off very, very simple, but then another instrument kicked in, and then another instrument kicked in. And by the time you got to the chorus, it sounds so epic. And so, like, it sounds so full and so rich. And I like that progression. Like, it's just like every step of the journey to becoming the leader of the cult has given a little bit more to the instrumental until it crescendoed into the chorus. Like, I love that. I love that a lot. It was very good storytelling through the actual like instrumental, not just from the lyrics. But yeah, like the way that it's being presented, it feels like you're not talking about the leader of a cult or a king. It sounds like you're talking about like the rise of a god. And I don't know. I like that. I like that a lot. And I guess partially because of the fact that I know that the lamb is in a pact, like the black crown on his head is sentient, I think, if I remember correctly, and it's connected to like the dark deities that you sacrifice your followers to. So I guess he kind of is a god to a certain extent because he's got the power of the dark entities in him. So it makes sense that it sounds like this, but I'm curious because I think I hear Jonathan Young in the background, but that could just be another layer of McGwire's vocals. So I'm curious to see if like Jonathan's going to play a big part for this in like the second verse. Freeced's part here is very, like, it matches the tone that the McGwire was doing before, but I guess because of the fact that now the Lamb is in power, in control, it's no longer about, like, him rising to power, it feels very comfortable. That's not necessarily saying it's a bad thing. It just feels very comfortable in that he's very... The Lamb, specifically, is very, like, in control of what's going on around him. And Freeced, they're doing a really good job of portraying that in their vocals. So I really enjoy that. But with only, like... Well, I mean, there's still time. I'm just gonna check, because I wanna make sure that, like, I'm not hyping myself up. I want to see what part did Jonathan play. Oh, it doesn't say. Cami-cat's in here, though. Okay. Didn't know that Cami-cat was in there. Cami-cat must be part of the chorus that's going on, or the choir that's going on in the chorus. I bet that's what's going on, is that Jonathan and Cami-cat might just be backup vocals. But I could be wrong. Maybe they'll surprise me. There's still a little bit of song left. Freeced's part is very, very, like I said, in control of the situation. It's very comfortable. So it's not blowing me away, but it fits the vibe of the song so well that you can't just, like, pass over it.
Shove my pride. Don't let me turn my back on you. And we can't find a world anew. They crowded me.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's Jonathan Young's part, is backup vocals for this. I was expecting him to get a verse, I think, is what was going on. I was expecting him to get a verse. Freeced got the verse, and Jonathan Young is backup vocals for the chorus. That makes sense. Okay, so I was right in my initial assessment in thinking that, like, that wasn't just, like, layers of McGwire's vocals imitating Jonathan Young. That was actually Jonathan Young in the background. Got it. also say right now that because of the fact that, like, I know McGwire can pull off Jonathan Young style vocals and sound very, very, like, close to what he can sound like, I have to issue an apology because Jonathan is sounding like, this is going to sound really confusing. Jonathan right now sounds like McGwire trying to be Jonathan. So like, that's what threw me off, is that I think Jonathan is the full chorus. Like, that's his big part, is the chorus. But he's singing it in a way that makes me think of McGwire trying to do the deep, raspy metal vocals of Jonathan. I think that's what's going on. I think that's why I was initially confused. But now that I understand that, now that I'm pretty sure I know what's going on, I can tell that that's Jonathan. It's just the way he's singing it has a cadence that I mostly associate with McGwire, and I know McGwire can do vocals that sound like Jonathan to a point where I get confused. So now it's like they're flip-flopping. Once I understood what was going on, I was able to fully, like, lock in with listening to what was happening. I just literally, it just took me by surprise, and I couldn't figure that out for the life of me. That was good. I really enjoyed that. That was a really, really, really fun vibe in that song. Cult of Lamb is one of those games where, like, I kind of wanted to get into it, but I just never did. I never was able to. Maybe it was just because of the fact that, like, I am so, like, repulsed by the idea of a cult that, like, it looked fun and I saw a lot of people having fun with it, but I'm like, I don't think I could bring myself to do that. I don't know. But, yeah, no, that was a very, like, good vibe. A good song to vibe to. There we go. That's what I was trying to say. It's got a lot of epicness to it. It has, like, plenty of vagueness in the lyrics, so that way you can translate that to almost anything. You could associate that with almost any character that, like, is being elevated via popular vote. And I very, very much appreciate that, because I could see myself using that for inspiration for, like, some of my personal writing. I'm always looking for nerdcore music that can help me with my personal writing, help me focus and lock in. And that is a song that I think can really do that for me. But anyway, that's going to be it for me. Thank you for joining me. I am Arkoff12, and I will see you in the next video.